I'm Adam.
And I'm Acorn.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Hey Acorn, do you use plastic bags?
Not really. I prefer to bring my own cloth bags to the store. That way I know when I'm buying hot sauce the bag won't rip.
I do the same thing, but not necessarily to protect hot sauce.
You should always protect your hot sauce.
In today's book, a group of women recycle plastic bags into pieces of art. Let's get started. One Plastic Bag. Isatou Ceesay and the Recycling Women of the Gambia by Miranda Paul. Illustrations by Elizabeth Zunon. Najau, Gambia. Isatou walks with her chin frozen. Fat raindrops pelt her bare arms. Her face hides in the shadow of a palm leaf basket, and her neck stings with every step. Warm scents of burning wood and bubbling peanut stew drift past. Her village is close now. She lifts her nose to catch the smell. The basket tips. One fruit tumbles, then two, then 10. The basket breaks. Isatou kicks the dirt. Something silky dances past her eyes, softening her anger. It moves like a flag flapping in the wind, and settles under a tamarind tree. Isatou slides the strange fabric through her fingers and discovers it can carry things inside. She gathers her fruits in the bag. The basket is useless now. She drops it, knowing it will crumble and mix back in with the dirt. 4 goats greet Isatou as Grandmother Mombe emerges from her kitchen hut. Hurry in before the rain soaks your beautiful Momba. Isatou scurries in, and Grandmother serves spicy rice and fish. Rain drums on the creaking aluminum roof. I broke your basket, Isatou confesses, but I found this. Plastic, Grandmother frowns. There's more in the city. Day after day, Isatou watches neighbors tote their things in bright blue or black plastic bags. Children slurp water and wanjo from tiny holes poked in clear bags. Market trays fill with minties wrapped in rainbows of plastic. The colors are beautiful, she thinks. She swings her bag high, the handle breaks. 1 paper escapes, then 2, then 10. Isatou shakes sand off her papers. Another plastic bag floats by, and she tucks her things inside. The torn bag is useless now. She drops it to the dirt, as everyone does. There's nowhere else to put it.
I can't believe that people just throw their garbage on the ground. And they accuse pigs of being dirty.
To be fair, pigs do roll around in the dirt.
Yeah, so do kids. But pigs only do it to stay cool. If it isn't hot, we're actually known for being very clean.
Also, these ladies are from a place where they're accustomed to using their resources, which are typically natural. Isatou doesn't know that a plastic bag won't naturally break down.
Oh, that's easy. She could use cardboard boxes instead.
She may not have access to cardboard.
Just reuse the ones that you get from online deliveries.
She may not have the internet either.
What? Then how does she get her specialty hot sauces?
Day after day, the bag she dropped is still there. 1 plastic bag becomes 2, then 10, then 100. Plastic isn't beautiful anymore, she thinks. Her feet step down a cleaner path, and the thought floats away. Years pass, and Isatou grows into a woman. She barely notices the ugliness growing around her, until the ugliness finds its way to her. Isatou hears a goat crying and hurries toward Grandmother's house. Why is it tied up? Where are the other goats? Inside, the butcher is speaking in a low voice. Many goats have been eating these, he says. The bags twist around their insides, and the animal cannot survive. Now 3 of your goats and so many of other goats in the village have died. Grandmother Mba's powerful shoulders sag. Isatou must be strong and do something. But what? Isatou's feet lead her to the old, ugly road. A pile of garbage stands as wide as grandmother's cooking hut. Mosquitoes swarm near dirty pools of water alongside the pile. Smoke from burning plastic stings her nose. Her feet back away. Goats scamper past. They forage through the trash for food. Her feet stop. She knows too much to ignore it now. Holding her breath, she plucks one plastic bag from the pile, then 2, then 10, then 100. What can we do? Isatou asks her friends. Let's wash them, says Fatim, pulling out Omo soap. Meram grabs a bucket, and Incha fetches water from the well. Peggy finds clothespins, and they clip the wash bags on the line. As the bags dry, Isatou watches her sister crochet. Can you teach me? Wow, yes. Her sister shows Isatou the stitches, then hands her a metal tool. Isatou's fingers busy themselves. In, out, around. Jara Jeff, thank you.
Can you imagine if you walked out into your front yard and there were plastic bags all over the place? I would take a picture of someone throwing their trash on the ground and post it in my neighborhood page.
What good would that do?
I would call them out and shame them so they don't do it anymore.
I don't know if shaming people is the best method. I prefer to educate people instead.
What is there to educate? People use the same method all the time for not picking up after their pets.
Well, speaking of pets, you could talk about how the plastic bags are being eaten by pets and killing them.
Wow! Accuse them of murder? That is way more extreme than littering.
Isatou finds a broomstick and carves her own tool from its wood. What's that for? Fatim asks. Isatou pauses. She and Peggy have an idea. But will their friends think it's crazy? Will the idea even work? Nervously, she explains the plan. One friend agrees to help, then 2, then 5. The women cut bags into strips and roll them into spools of plastic thread. Before long, they teach themselves how to crochet with this thread. Nakaligebe, asks grandmother. How is the work? Ndanka, ndanka, answers Isatou. Slow. Some people in the village laugh at us. Others call us dirty. But I believe what we are doing is good. The women crochet by candlelight, away from those who mock them. Until the morning comes when they will no longer work in secret. Fingers sore and blistered, Isatou hauls the recycled purses to the city. One person laughs at her, then 2, then 10. Then, one woman lays Dalasi coins on the table. She chooses a purse and shows it to one friend, then 2, then 10. Soon, everyone wants one. Isatou fills her own purse with Dalasai. She zips it shut and rides home to tell grandmother she has made enough to buy a new goat. When she passes by the pile of rubbish, she smiles because it is smaller now. She tells herself one day it will be gone and my home will be beautiful. And one day, it was.
Capitalism works again.
I don't know if these women were necessarily trying to create a profitable business from the trash, but rather using the resources available to them.
Even if it isn't a natural resource?
Really, it's a win-win situation. These ladies clean up their village and are able to make some money.
The only thing better is a win-win-win scenario.
How could you say that applies?
What's the third win?
Without the plastic bags, it also provides a healthier environment for people living there. Keep reading for more information about that.
For the win!
If you thought this video was a winner, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm Adam.
And I'm Acorn.
And this is Where There's a Williams, There's a Way. Author's Note. I first traveled to the Gambia, West Africa in 2003 as a volunteer teacher. I had an amazing experience, but something threatened to ruin my memory of it all. The heap of garbage piled everywhere. The problem seemed too big to fix. Then a friend told me that in a rural village, a woman named Isatou Ceesay was doing something about it. My friend showed me a beautiful purse made from recycled plastic bags, and I vowed to meet Isatou. During my third stay in Gambia in 2007, I finally connected with Isatou and visited her home in Njau. There, I interviewed many women and girls, including the original Gambian women who had begun the recycling project with Isatou a decade earlier. They shared past stories of dead livestock, strangled gardens, and malaria outbreaks linked to the trash. But they also shared new stories of healthier families, better income, and increased self-confidence. Although I wasn't able to include all the details about the women and their project in this book, I believe the story I've shaped captures their spirit and inspirational accomplishments. Today, Njau is much cleaner, the goats are healthier, and the gardens grow better. Residents from nearby towns travel there to learn the craft of recycling. People from around the world continue to purchase the recycled plastic purses, and the women contribute some of their earnings toward an empowerment center where community members enjoy free health and literacy classes, as well as learn about the dangers of burning plastic trash. In 2012, that center also became the home for the region's first public library. By the time you read this book, I hope that a copy of One Plastic Bag is shelved there and that it will be checked out once, then twice, then 100 times.
Did you know Americans use an average of 365 plastic bags per person per year? People in Denmark use an average of 4 plastic bags per year.